When we talk about number bonds to 10, we're referring to the pairs of numbers which add together to total 10. Fingers is a great way to start when you're first teaching this to a child. You can put down a finger and ask how many are left up. So if I have 1 down, there are 9 up. If I have 3 down, there are 7 up. It will take them a little bit of time to count that, but once they get used to it, it will come quite naturally, and you can start doing it more quickly or in other ways. Simply using a coat hanger with pegs can act as a great way to have an abacus. It's really helpful, so you have your 10 pegs and children can split them into different groups. There could be a 2 and an 8 to make a 10, or a 4 and a 6. They can do it with lots of different combinations, trying to find as many as they can. Again, think about writing the sentences as you do them. So 6 add 4 equals 10, and the reverse, 4 add 6 equals 10. In schools, children will be using something called Numicon, which is a fantastic resource used in many different ways. It's little plastic shapes like this, which can piece together to make different numbers. They can be used in many ways, but for number bonds to 10, they're particularly helpful. So you have a 10 piece that looks like this, and then you can use other size pieces to slot together to show how different numbers can fit together to make something that is exactly the same size as the 10. So the 1 and the 9 fit together, the 7 and the 3, and that's a really visual and practical way for the children to do it. You probably won't have Numicon at home, and it's not particularly cheap to buy, so you can recreate it yourself using egg boxes. Egg boxes can recreate the effect of Numicon by having the 10 slots like we saw on the 10 piece, and then you can use 2 different types of things that look nice and different to put them in. So if you have 1 baking bean, the child would need to count out that they would need 9 pasta shells. Or if you had just 7 pasta shells, you'd need 3 baking beans or whatever it is you're using. It creates that similar effect, and while they're doing it, the children can be using the sentences in their speech, so saying 3 plus 7 equals 10, or they can actually be writing it down as well. A really fun way to practice bonds to 10 is by doing some sort of hunt or dig. Now, I'm using soapy water and pasta shells. You could use dirt outside and stones. You could use numbers in the bath if you have foam numbers. You could use anything, be creative, but something where children are going to have to dig through and search. So on my pasta shells, I've got my number bonds to 10. You'll see that I've put a 0 in there because that goes with 10, and I've got 2 5s. And I'm going to pop those all into the water. The game then is for the children to race to find a match. So if I've got a 5 there, then they have to race with whoever they're playing with to see if they can find the one that it matches with. And whoever gets it first is the winner of that pair. And you keep going until all of them have gone. It's really great to use toys, or even siblings if you dare, to practice bonds to 10. So by having 2 toys or 2 people, you can share out 10 things into different piles. So 10 sweets could go into 3 and 7, or you could use coins, anything really that you can share out and see how you can get those different combinations of numbers. And again, as always, practice writing those number sentences down. 9 add 1 equals 10, and doing the reverse. 1 add 9 equals 10. Hopefully that's given you lots of ideas. Once children have really got the hang of number bonds to 10, they'll move on to number bonds to 20.